Tax, welcome back. Another tactical analysis. This week we are continuing with the album Beja. We're going to get into the next tune, which is a really fun one. It's one of my favorites. Want to mention the new Patreon. Patreon is up and running all throughout the month of October. New sponsors who sign up to join this whole tack scene. We're going to be having a special screening of the new music video. All right, so go to patreon.com/Otaak Band. Check out the new video, the intro video, to get more information about that. This tune, called Ifaarsa, which means the warriors, has a typical Sudanese rhythm called Sera. One of the coolest rhythms, a unique rhythm that can be played a million different ways. But in this video, I'll talk more about the production of this song rather than the rhythm and kind of get into the musical side. I'll kind of discuss the melody, but another tune on the album has this same rhythm, and I'll leave the discussion of the rhythm itself and when we see some variations and stuff until that video, okay? That'll be in the Ogbil video, couple songs down the road. But here we'll talk about the production because this is really the song on the album where I took the production to the next level. Well, I didn't mix it, but I asked Ala Al-Kashif, the engineer, to go a little bit psychedelic with it. So let's go ahead and listen to Ifaarsa, and then we'll get into the discussion.
إنما يتمنى اندريا سبروت كفالم يان ومكتب وميتيا إنما يتمنى اندريا سبروت كفالم يان ومكتب وميتيا
Those who cherish their tribe more than their souls are not afraid of death when the battle happens. On the day of the battle, no one will call them cowards, but brave ones, sons of noble ones. And there's Ifaarsa. This song was really fun to put together because it came from such a simple melody. The initial melody was so simple, and turned into kind of the most complex production on the album, which is not saying a whole lot because the whole production on the album is pretty simple. But in this tune, a lot of layers, a lot of overdubbing, and I wanted to kind of give it the more psychedelic thing. Also, a departure in content than most of the other tunes on the album. This is an ode to the warrior. As we've discussed in previous videos, the Beja are a warrior society, and so there are a lot of songs praising bravery and courage in battle and those things. Also features my one spoken word incursion on this record. So let's get into it. While I did say that the following Seda video would go more in depth with the rhythm and give some kind of different examples of the rhythm, we still need to talk about at least the rhythm in this recording, because the Seda is unlike any other rhythm I've heard. Here I've broken down or taken out the all the other instruments from the original stems, okay? So we can just hear the rhythm, the drums by itself. It's not straight, it's not swung. One. It's got this kind of lope to it, but it's still a 1-2 kind of beat. And a lot of polyrhythms happening in here. A lot of this kind of lopey 2 against 3 kind of thing happening. I've cleaned this recording here up a little bit from the original drum tracks. I took a couple of them out, and right now they're probably panned different than they are on the original recording. But that's to give you an idea. There are basically two kinds of strumming patterns. One that goes just up down, and then the one that Ahmed uses that I learned from him is 3 down and 1 up. And so that's the basis. And I was trying to, this is a hand drum rhythm that really relies on the various tones of the drums. You got to have high ones and medium and low ones. And the one thing really missing from this drum recording is something just marking out the quarter notes. This song was supposed to have that, because that's what gives it the forward motion, and that's what the song needed. The beat feels a little bit lazy, and it's not exactly lazy. It's got this kind of off kilter thing happening, but it shouldn't feel lazy. I got a Mike Pence fly there for a second.
like I mentioned earlier, the original kind of melody line for this was really simple, but then with all the overdubs and all the layering and stuff, kind of, just took on this whole kind of, washy tone that I really couldn't ever recreate live, which was kind of a bummer playing the song. It didn't sound anything like this live, but in the record, I think we achieved that kind of effect. So here's just the basic melody. And the tune just follows those two kind of changes, the minor chord and then this kind of 4 chord with these interludes. And that's the whole tune. On the recording, those interludes get shorter each time. The first one is 8 bars, and then they get shorter after that. When we played it live, we would make these interludes all, 8 bars. But what really gave this, the depth and allowed us to do these kind of effects on this tune was to have all the different overdubs. So now I'd like to play for you some of these different tambura parts that went into this. For example, starting with just the basic one. Here's that second tambura part. Pretty much the same. All right, so now we have these. Very different tone here. elements to it. But that's totally acoustic. That's just the tone of the instrument. Let's go back to this part. A little bit brighter tone here. And then there's some nice effects tracks, which would be the two of these. This one. This one does have kind of a fuzz on it. I think that one actually is processed. Again, playing the same melody. They're all playing the same thing. And then here we hear this tune, or this track, come in, and this one definitely had an effect on it. Drums in there, which I think aren't really necessary. Yeah, the tones of the drums are all pretty low. The beat was a little bit kind of lethargic, and like I said before, it kind of lacked that quarter note drive. And this tune just has so many elements in it. Okay, in addition, let's take out the drums now, because the drums kind of made everything muddy. That was the kind of the issue with this tune. Everything got kind of muddy because we have a bass, we have an upright bass. Playing the same thing. I think the sound of the acoustic instruments together really started to give it this dreamy effect. And now what we did production-wise was to, start adding delays and some kind of washy reverb in some places to just really kind of stretch it out. Okay, what are some of the other elements? There's a piano in here. Acoustic bass really fills in the bottom too. I mean, without it, okay? So everybody is playing the same rhythm. Like I said, it just didn't really have the kind of urgency, I guess. I mean, it's a war song. It's supposed to be a war song. And the beat felt, the beat was a little cold. But production-wise, we really took it there. I remember telling Alat to kind of wash it out. And he said, "Hagat raiha, hagat gaya." So things coming and going. Wanted to again set the melody into a clear form, clear structure, which was four of the F minor, four of the other chord, and then the 8-bar interlude, and it just followed that. And live we would play it the same way. Live we didn't really, we had drum set, and I was playing hand drums on the gigs, so it had a little bit different vibe to it. But the real Sera, when it's played with all the hand drums, sounds really cool. And like I've said, we'll get into the nitty gritty of the rhythm and hear some variations of it in subsequent videos. That's pretty much it. Next week, we'll hear Terbal, the next tune on the album, and keep it pushing. So hope you enjoyed it. Take care.